No further questions.
Additional witnesses?
I'd like to call my client, Miss Leon.
Ms. Leon, will you please raise your right hand? In the matter before the court, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. May proceed.
Miss Leon, you recall when we were in court and you pled true to various violations, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and since that time, you were with Lisa McClellan and there was a PSI,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have gone over that PSI. You and I together went over that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in there, it talks about what you went through as a child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And as a teenager,
Yes, ma'am.
and even as a young adult.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this has affected your behavior. Is that not correct?
I'm going to object to leading.
Has that affected your behavior?
In most ways, yes.
Okay. And you went to safety, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you complete that successfully?
I did.
And then were you in Crestview?
Creekview, yes, ma'am.
Tell us about your experience with Crestview.
It was great. It was aftercare. Actually, Safe-P is where I really got the help that I needed as far as finding out about who I was and my addiction as a disease instead of like a curse. And then I continued with it at Creekview, and I mean, I put everything I had into it. I was there. I did my meetings. I felt like it was helping me. It was really helping me. I mean, I've been in addiction for a long time, you know, and the mistakes that the DA was talking about, I've made a lot of mistakes, but most of them were dirty UAs and not paying my fines. I do have I mean, it's obvious. The whole PSI is my entire life. You know, I've been up and down, up and down.
I'm going to object to the narrative.
If you were, I mean, you know, you're looking at 25 years to life today, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe if the judge gave you the minimum sentence that when you are released, either on parole or you're released after your sentence time, that you can be successful in the community? Would you present any further concern to the public?
No.
And can you tell the court why you believe that is true today?
Just because, am I free to talk, or is it going to be a narrative? Do I just answer the question yes or no, or?
Well, I'd like you to explain to the judge why you being in Safe-P and Creekview, why that has prepared you for being in our community and being an asset in our community.
Everything has brought me to where I'm at. I'm tired. You know, I've lived my life in and out of prison. I take responsibility for everything I've done, but I know that this time I was giving it my all. I mean, I was doing everything I needed to do.
Thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to share specifically with the judge about your children or your
Am I at liberty to speak free?
talk? If there's something you wanted to make a statement, I know you had a written statement.
Yes, I did, but I also just want to say that, like I said, I know that I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been up and down, and I can put it on numerous things. You know, my abusive relationships, my childhood, I could play victim to all that, and for a long time I did, and I just tried to overcome it. But when I finally sat down and tried to fight it, it was the hardest fight that I've ever fought, and I've been fighting to stay sober, and it's just not easy. It's not easy. And I was getting it. I was finally, when I admitted to using, it was a big step for me, because that's one thing that I'm not good with. Telling the truth is not. When it comes to my addiction, that's the last thing I want to do, is admit that I've done it again and, let people down. But I know that I don't deserve to be in prison for all this time, 50 years, 25 years. Everything that I've already done, I paid for. I just ask that you show me mercy. That's it.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
No questions in this witness.
Additional witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Any rebuttal?
No, Your Honor, just argument.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Closing arguments.
Yeah,
Mr. Rosenbach?
Yes. Your Honor, I want to talk about three things. Ms. Leon's past, her present, and her future. Now, when I read that PSI, that was about this thick, there are a few numbers that popped out to me on her past. A total of 43 arrests, 21 convictions, 15 granting of community supervisions, with 11 revocations already happening, the thing that we stand here for today, and 3 pending. Presently, she's on deferred adjudication as a habitual for 10 years. She was placed on that in October of 2016. Strike one, she violated in May 29 of 2018. She got a break. She was continued on her deferred adjudication. Strike two, her terms of her community supervision were amended by agreement November 29th of 2018, and she was sent to safety. And strike three, she stands before the court today on our motion to proceed. She pled true to, the court found true to the items the court found. That's 3 strikes. I want to say that Ms. Leon's future, her past indicates what her future will be if the court is to let her out. She says, I'm not a bad person and I'm not a menace to society. But I'm here to say, Ms. Leon, you are a bad person. You are a menace to society. Every time you're free, every time you get a break, you blow it. 43 arrests. The only thing that we can do is to keep her from hurting herself. And I'm going to also propose that she hurts a lot of other people in our society. The only thing we can do is permanently remove her from society, keep her in prison for as long as we can, and sentence her to 60 years in prison.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenbach. Ms. Perry?
Yes, Judge. I just would like to go back and reiterate the kind of childhood, teenage years, and young adult life Ms. Leon has led. Yes, she's hurt people. And yes, she's been in prison. And that's bad behavior. However, we send people to safety and to counseling to help them. And by golly, she did it. She finished safety. She tried to do what she needed to do. She was going to MHMR. I think there was testimony that she was working, had a home, had a car. And then she started Crestview. And that was like, wow, the lights went on. I see. I can get rid of this baggage. They're giving me the tools that I need so I can be successful in the future. And you've heard Ms. Leon's testimony. She said, she fessed up. Yeah, it was wrong what she'd done in the past. We're asking for leniency, Judge. I don't know with all the past criminal that there's room for that, but I pray on her behalf that there is, and that she can get the minimum sentence and come out and be a successful asset in our community, and continue her counseling and continue using those tools that she got and dealing with the demons and baggage that she has to carry with her. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Leon, do you have anything to say prior to sentencing?
I was trying so hard as Ms. Emerson. I was doing everything I could. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if there's anything I can say, I don't.
Thank you. Give me just a moment to review a couple documents. Ms. Solomon,
Yes.
first off, let me tell you, I'm very sorry you were abused as a child. No child should go through that, okay? But the problem we have here is that as an adult, you've just continued to make one bad decision after another. And I know your mom doesn't think there's any victims, but every time you steal from somebody or every time you commit a crime against an individual, it causes damage. It causes financial damage, emotional damage, physical damage, and it's not completely innocent. You've gone to SafeP twice and it hadn't worked. You've gone through the Creekview program, which you've admitted as much, and we know about it. I mean, it's an awesome program. There's very few people that program can't touch and help. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to have phased your pattern of behavior. And that pattern of behavior is a problem because it makes it hard on society for you to live there. So, the court, having considered the evidence, argument of counsel, and the credibility of the witnesses at this time and previously entered a finding of true to the motion to proceed. Sorry. Is going to adjudicate you on the underlying offense of forgery from an elderly person. And is going to order you confined in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a period of 60 years. I absolutely wish you the best. Please take advantage of the programs and please commit yourself to making a change. And if you do, you'll still have an opportunity to come out and make a positive impact on society. And if you don't, well, then society is safe.
Is that a habitual charge? That's a habitual sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, the prosecutor in his recount of your history was accurate. It's a tremendous number of charges for somebody your young age to have acquired. So I wish you the absolute very best. Thank you.
And Judge, just for clarification, because she was asking, she does get credit for all her safety that she completed?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She'll get credit for all the lockup time she has, and I don't know what that number is. They're gonna have to put a pin to it in a calculator probably
In all the years or just now?
on this charge. So,
Thank you, Judge. May
you
I,
bet.
yes, I did turn in my statements, Judge, earlier, so.
Okay, and Mr. Rosenbach, you can prepare the judgment.
Will do, Your Honor.
Okay, if you would, please send it over to the jail and let's get Miss Leon's thumbprint on there and then they'll shoot it over and I'll sign off on it.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank y'all.
May I be excused?
You may. Do we have any other issues to address today?
Not
I
today.
don't
Your
believe
Honor.
so.
All right, all parties are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.